Samsung has quietly built a monster, a brand new 200 megapixel ISO HPB sensor with a massive 1.4-inch optical format. On paper, it sounds like the perfect upgrade for the next Galaxy Ultra, but here's the twist. You won't find it in the upcoming Galaxy flagships, not even the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Instead, Samsung is handing it over to Vivo, which plans to power its upcoming X300 lineup with this cutting-edge sensor. The regular X300 gets it as the main shooter, while the X300 Pro will flex it for telephoto shots. That's right, Samsung's latest camera innovation isn't going into a Galaxy. Well-known tipster Ice Universe couldn't help but point out the irony. Vivo gets to play with Samsung's most advanced imaging hardware, while the Galaxy S26 Ultra is rumored to stick with a much smaller 2.55-inch telephoto sensor. For many fans, it feels almost unfair. Why should Samsung's rivals get the best toys while Galaxy owners settle for less? This decision has reignited an old debate, the silent rivalry inside Samsung itself. On one side, you have Samsung Semiconductor, building world-class camera sensors. On the other, Samsung MX Mobile Experience, making the Galaxy phones we all know. Despite being under the same roof, the two divisions often clash in priorities. Some insiders argue this internal tug-of-war keeps Galaxy phones from getting Samsung's very best hardware. If Samsung MX had full control, critics say, the Galaxy Ultra might already have those bleeding-edge sensors instead of being caught in this balancing act. But the truth isn't so black and white. Despite weaker specs on paper, Samsung's Ultra flagships still outsell every other Ultra combined. And when it comes to real-world performance, most users can't even tell the difference. Galaxy cameras continue to deliver breathtaking results. There's another piece of the puzzle too. Samsung is laser-focused on making its phones slimmer and lighter, and massive sensors don't exactly fit that vision. Rather than chasing bigger numbers, the company squeezes every ounce of performance from smaller sensors, proving that software and optimization matter just as much as hardware. So yes, it stings to see Vivo flaunt Samsung's latest 200 megapixel beast while the Galaxy Ultra skips it. But the story isn't over. Rumors suggest the Galaxy S26 Ultra will still push camera performance forward in clever ways. Samsung may be playing a different game, one that's not always about size, but about balance. Next year, the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is set to make its grand debut, and excitement is already building. According to multiple reports, the device will run on the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 processor, but not just any version. Samsung has secured the very best edition of this chipset, fine-tuned to push performance to the limit. A reliable insider claims that the Snapdragon inside the S26 Ultra reaches a blistering 4.74 GHz clock speed compared to the standard Elite Gen 2's 4.61 GHz. On benchmarks, this translates to jaw-dropping numbers. The Ultra scores 4,000 in single-core tests, while the regular version taps out at 3,900. It might not sound like a huge gap, but in real-world performance, this is the kind of edge that power users live for. So if you've ever wondered what the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 is truly capable of, the Galaxy S26 Ultra will be the phone to prove it. Sure, another manufacturer might try to squeeze out a little extra performance, but it's hard to imagine anyone outdoing what Samsung has pulled off here. Of course, all that raw power comes with a small trade-off: battery life. Samsung is sticking with its tried-and-true 5,000 mAh Li-ion battery in the Ultra. While that's still plenty for most, Apple is going in the opposite direction, bulking up the iPhone 17 Pro to fit in an even larger cell. Samsung's own chip ambitions have been a bumpy ride. The company originally aimed to power the Galaxy S25 lineup with its in-house Exynos 2500, but delays pushed its launch to the Galaxy Z Flip 7 instead. Now all eyes are on the next-generation Exynos 2600, built on a cutting-edge 2nm process. Unfortunately, reports suggest Samsung may not have perfected it in time, which is why the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 is once again front and center for the Galaxy S26 Ultra. There's still a slim chance Samsung could return to its old dual-chip strategy, Snapdragon in some regions, Exynos in others. A few early leaks hinted at that possibility, but right now it feels unlikely. And before we wrap up, there's even more good news. This fall, we're launching something we've poured our hearts into: Iconic Phones Revolution at Your Fingertips. This isn't just another book, it's a passion project designed to take you back through the most defining moments of the smartphone era.